Okay folks, let's see what this is. It's a funny one, sort of ironic in a sense. Been doing these quite a bit. Let's see what we can do to make this one look good. This will be a challenging one, but it has the potential to look really good. I wonder if we're going to give it a background colour, teal. I wonder if we're going to make it darker or we're going to leave it at that. It's a funny one. Let's see what it is. It is, drum roll, I'm going to start with this. This will just show the back of it. It's a Diet Coke. So it's basically a Diet Coca-Cola can. And it says, share a Diet Coke with a buffhead. In other words, a foolish person or an idiot, pretty much. A buffhead. So that's an Australian term. And Coca-Cola, an American company, has decided to cash in on Australian slang, amongst all things. Australian slang, which really seems ironic, given that, you think that, but, it's all about making money and people collecting these. These are very collectible. And I looked up the word buffhead on Google. It actually came up with buffhead Coke can. Before it came up, I had to type the word buffhead meaning, or at least part of the word meaning, to get the buffhead meaning to come up on the search engine. There we have it. We've lost the part of the word buffhead. We put it up too high and it's too dark. We didn't do a very good job of it. I think we put it down too far. I think we got to maybe push it up a bit because we lost the bottom of the B. So I'm just going to quickly make this a smaller enlargement, maybe 170 and 170. But basically, it just seems a bit odd that an American company is trying to capitalise on using Australian slang on their cans to sell more Coke, of course. I don't know how that went. I think it went shit. It's very difficult to control this movement, this rolling. So try and keep it going with the lamp. And anyway, that's turned up looking interesting. We still have lost a lot of the bottom out of this. I do like the way the Coca-Cola is up there. But basically I'm missing a loved one, folks. And I'll tell you one thing, he is no buffhead. He is not a buffhead. He's a really loving person. And I'm really longing to find him. And I'm trying to get my videos here to go to air on television. I'm really trying to get my stuff out there. And I want to get recognised as an artist as well. And I want my dad and my brother to apologise to me for bullying me, not agreeing with my photocopier stuff or being vicious about it. But basically and I fucked it up. That looks interesting. but it's not what I want. So I'm really trying to get my stuff to go to air. It's not as easy as it looks. I'm trying to get this stuff on television, the primetime news primarily, pardon the pun, primarily. I'm really trying my hardest here to get this bullfed thing to work. It's not as easy as it looks. And yeah, it's not perfect, but I do think it's got potential. I think we could use that. But basically I'm really missing my partner, and I'm trying my best to get this stuff to go to air, to get my work out there and get my loved one Luigi. Wonder how big we're going to make it. I don't know, soon going to see. No, I don't want that. But basically I'm really feeling lonely without my partner, and it really hurts to be away from him as long as I have been. It really does hurt. Maybe we're just going to keep it positive. But I'm really missing my partner, and it's really, really tough going trying to find him, and I can't find him any other way that I can think than to go on television. I'm really longing to find him. I'm longing to be reunited. It's not easy. It's really not easy, folks. But I'm not going to give up hope. I'm going to keep working at these videos, keep making them. And that looks interesting. Not quite what I'm after. But basically I'm really missing my partner, and it's really difficult trying to get my work out there. And it really hurts to be alone. Oh, I think I know. No, I didn't. I didn't use negative, positive. I'm just going to make this look interesting as much as I can. Pardon the pun. No, sorry, no joke on pun. No pun intended. But I really miss my partner, and he is my soulmate. But yeah, this is a Australian slang on an American corporation's can. Now that looks interesting. I think we could use that. But I really miss him, and I'm really trying to get in touch. I really miss Luigi, and I'm trying to work out how to get to him. So this is what we just played with, bullfed. I know Luigi's not a bullfed. He's definitely far from it. He's a man that's like no other. I don't find bullfeds and bogans and other Australian types, larrikins and all that, I don't find them at all attractive. I like Luigi because he's genuine, he loves me. He's not interested in being a macho man or a troublemaker. And it's just so hard to, I don't know, I can't relate to bullfeds. But bullfeds are indeed, that is an Australian term. I actually learned the word buffhead when I was a kid. My mum used to use that word. I don't know who she was calling a buffhead, but she meant it, I'm pretty sure, in a humorous sense. I remember she was sounding funny when she was using the word buffhead. So the word buffhead does carry with it some childhood memories, however faded they are. But she used the word, I don't know what the hell she was using it for, why. And I didn't know what it bloody well meant. I think I did imagine it was someone who is an idiot or someone with a big head. A buffhead. It's a funny word, buffhead. Australian term. So yeah, buffhead. An idiot, a fool. That's it. Pretty much it in a nutshell. Buffhead. All sorts of Australian slang that they're putting on the side of cans. But these are end up being collectibles. Anyway, that looks really quite nice actually. And now we can call this buffhead demo quits.